Welcome back. The program is still Good Morning Abuja, and it's been a conversational Tuesday so far. Yes, it's been very interesting, and we're not letting up yet because there's something that we have cooking which will bring you your way. Yes, I and Debbie, we have this thing we do. We try to see that anytime we're on set, we get you guys to get all the information you need to get. And this morning, we're talking housing.
Yes.
Guess what? The lady that is in the house to talk to us about housing has a name that is very unique. She's Triple J, by the way. June
Juliet
Juliet.
Jacob.
You're welcome on the show.
Thank you very much.
You're
Pleasure is all mine.
welcome.
Thank you very
And
much.
Triple J, June Juliet
Jacob.
Jacob is the head of sales and marketing department to
Yes.
Tushiyah Luxury Homes. You're
Yes.
welcome to the
When I
program.
hear luxury home,
Hmm.
you know what comes to my mind? I remember back
Yes.
then I watched a movie, name of that movie, but it was done by Will Smith, and he had
Okay.
this house that he just touches something on his phone, the
Mm.
lights shift, he touches this water, he touches this, the water, in fact, the water automatically gets to a particular temperature he wants.
Hmm.
So this
That's
type of
luxury.
house
That is
enter
what
my
we
eye.
want. And that is why we are here to talk about mass
Yes.
housing this morning.
Awesome.
Okay?
Yes.
Mass housing. I would not want to go and start from a very complicated question. I want to start from
Sure.
how can an ordinary person like me
Yeah.
own a luxury house, a luxury home? Let's pick it up from there.
Yes. First of all, we make luxury affordable.
Wow.
So it's him talking about luxury and you mentioning affordability. I'm just here to bring the bring yes
Together.
to bridge it all together. So we make luxury affordable by some of the schemes that we have available. I
Okay.
know I was discussing with someone earlier. I said we thank God, we are thankful for the minister right now who is doing a lot for some of the private developers to be making it easy for us to bring these things to actuality. It might have been a challenge in the past, but we're seeing that it's being done. So yes, it is very possible
Okay.
for the ordinary
Ordinary.
man to own a property, own a house, own luxury
Okay.
here in Abuja or here in Nigeria. Very possible. There are some schemes that are available for them.
Okay. I
What?
think she should tell us about
Yes, some of the schemes. Um, we know we have the Federal Mortgage Bank
Yes.
representing, I think, the working class, that is the public sector and some private sector who are subscribed to
Yes.
the Federal Mortgage Bank. And we know there's also the National Housing Fund, which is
Yes.
a fund that is
Yes.
set aside for the purpose of providing houses for civil servants or contributors to that scheme. And we know they've come up with different products.
Yes.
I know of one they call the rent to own,
rent to own.
Yes.
the rent to
Yes.
own product, and all of that. Now, in trying to provide houses, the housing deficit is so the margin is so wide
Mhm.
that are these schemes, as you said, are they even making any impact? Are they scratching the surface? Is there any results?
Yes, so it can never be enough. You know, you hear people say we have so many properties around in Abuja, in Nigeria. What is the use of all this? But the deficit, like you said, the margin is wide. There's still a lot of work to be done. And like I mentioned, we're thankful that the government is in cooperation with private developers now through Federal Mortgage Bank. So what people can do now is they can approach Federal Mortgage Bank with this interest and then what Federal Mortgage Bank would do is give them a list of which our company is part of them. So give them a list of some of the companies that they can work with and then working with their own salary. And you know how it works. So there's a deduction that is going on, but the bulk is not on them. The bulk is on the bank. Thankful for the government. The bulk is on the bank. The bank pays the private developer,
Okay.
and then there is a bridge, and then they have access. I know several people who have had successful, and these are people that don't even earn much, but just because of the information that they have, that is why we're here to pass this information out. Because of the information that they have, they're able to acquire this property by some of these evenings, and it's even gotten easier. Right now, the Federal Mortgage Bank is more than willing. Even now, we are doing some work with them, some projects with them, and they are even more than willing to work with us to push this out because there's a lot of work to be done. and it just keeps getting larger as the population is increasing.
Okay.
So we need to work as fast as we can.
Amazing.
Okay, as we are here giving out information, like I told you earlier, I'm on the side of the masses.
Of course.
Do you have some schemes available for ordinary Nigerians on the street to be able to own a land, a property, a home? What are those schemes? Talk to us extensively on that.
Okay. So there are two ways by which people own homes.
Mhm.
It's either you go through this route we've mentioned, which is probably approaching some of these banks, yes, or like you mentioned, national housing funds, and there's several, there's Fish, and there's several of them.
Yes, right.
Either you do that, or you can actually just acquire a land. Now, I'll give an instance with our company. We've had several people who have acquired properties, that's landed properties. Imagine that you are able to start your investment with as low as 67,000 naira. That is really low. 67,000 naira, you can start owning a plot of land and will give you the length of time to
Yeah.
pay for this property. By then, you've owned the land, and then subsequently, you are just building whatever you have, you are building that property, you're building that property. And before you know it, you've moved into your own home. So, these are some of the schemes that we as a company we have provided to people. It is luxury at the end of the day, but we've tried to make it available that you make your own luxury. We'll just provide you the resources you need by making it flexible for you, which is why luxury is affordable with Tushiyah Luxury Homes.
Wow.
Amazing, amazing. Basically, we're talking about mass housing, and we're just hearing from June here, who happens to be heading the sales and marketing unit of one of the home solution providers here in the FCT, and we're just talking about how to access affordable homes. One quick question though before we let you go. There are houses everywhere, and yet it's like there are not enough houses. You drive through some places, you see empty houses, big estates, empty, no soul in them. And yet you go through some places, it's every inch is contested
Is
for.
it because the money is
It's,
like this?
it's not because the money.
Several factors.
Okay.
I'll mention one of the factors that a lot of those empty properties probably have one or two issues. Yes, that's why you can drive by town and see an empty estate, probably. But then another thing is just what you mentioned. It can be quite expensive. And some of these companies, they have their niche, they have their markets, they know who they are reaching out to, and they're okay with taking their time till they get that particular market. But again, you go to some places and you see that it's really congested and people need there. So what we're trying to do is to just blend that. How can we not have properties and it's just there empty? How can we let it open, let everyone have access to that property? So we cater to both the elites of the country to, like you said,
Yeah, the
the
ordinary,
ordinary
no,
man. So
on the
we
street.
try to do
Yeah.
it in a way that everyone can own a property of their choice, go from luxury to I just want a very simple home. So yes, we see it out there, but we're doing our best to make sure that we don't fall into that line, that everything is available for you. If you choose to, this is what I want, then you go for it.
Wow. Thank you so much for the information
Thank
you
you
give
for
to
coming
us.
on the
Thank
show,
you.
June. It is really
It's our
beautiful having
pleasure.
you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's such a pleasure being here.
Yeah, June. That is June Juliet Jacob talking about
Triple J.
Triple J, talking about how you and I can own a home here in the FCC and beyond. It is possible. It is not magic. It is not a rocket science. It is possible. Yes, let's go on this quick break. When we come back, good morning, Abuja continues. Don't go anywhere.